I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about the Bachelorette, the men's tell-all.
Yes. Now, before we get into the tell-all, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the show. The reason why I want you to subscribe is because we're not only reviewing the show, but we're reviewing a lot of shows, and I don't want you to miss any of the reviews, any of the content that we have. So make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment. We will respond to the comments in the comment section. Speaking of comment section, I want to read a comment from Judith.
Hey, Judith.
Judith has been commenting throughout the show, being with us, the same as Shanice, the same as Ray's has been with us. But I want to read a comment from Judith. She said, "Unfortunately, I am not finding love, passion, and fire in these relationships. Just another ring and fling. This show has been ring and flings for years. 27 bachelors, 1 marriage. 20 bachelorettes. Make that 21 with confused Gabby and Rachel. I don't know who that is. 3 marriages. Then season 8 of Bachelor in Paradise. That has a better success rate, but still very low. Rings and flings." Judith, I think you hit the nail on the head. That's basically like from somebody who just watched the first time ever.
Both of us, yeah.
I don't really see what y'all like about the show. Unless, this is the downside of it compared to how it started. But this has been a great journey with y'all and definitely talking with y'all. And so far, this is my favorite episode of The Bachelorette. So let's get into it. What happened so far?
So we kick it off as the Braden show.
Okay.
We go around and we get a little bit from all the guys about how they felt about Braden and during the process. Sean felt like Braden was manipulative. Braden had gone around saying that she didn't know if Charity was being her true self. He wanted her to turn off being the Bachelorette and turn on being herself. Michael is referencing the fact that he came back after he already left and he took away time from the guys who didn't get time with her that day. And once he left, that was pretty much the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing about that, right? Michael, I just want to go to that comment right there. Your beef is with Charity. It's not with Braden.
And whenever Charity gets upset, she
leaves.
Wraps up the day.
She leaves. Sean wasn't the only one that felt some type of way about Braden. Apparently, everybody or majority of the guys felt some type of animosity towards Braden. I think my man name is Adrian, the black guy who first started snitching.
Yeah.
Yes. He was basically trying to explain to Braden why he snitched on Braden. Because Braden's there, he's basically confronting these guys about, y'all felt this way about me. I didn't do anything that y'all have said or anything that y'all said that I said it to Charity.
Which he did.
And then they started accusing him, saying, well, no, you started calling Charity classless. And he said, pull up the footage.
And he never did.
They never pulled up the footage. They never found any footage of Braden insulting Charity in that way. But obviously, you could tell by the first couple segments, it was the I don't like Braden show. It was immediately, I don't like Braden show. Tell us about your experience on The Bachelorette. I don't like Braden.
Right.
That's basically what it was. And just by that alone, that let me know Braden is the star. He's the star that people are jealous of and how he's dressed and what people came to see. If you've been following these reviews from the very beginning, you can tell we both are kind of friends of fans of Braden. I said Braden's the villain that we love to see.
Exactly. He keeps the party going.
So obviously it was very weird to hear these guys get their issue off about Braden.
And I think Adrian even said that, well, clearly you weren't telling her everything because she wouldn't have responded the way she did when I told her. And it was honestly, I don't know why Charity responded the way she did, because he did tell her everything. And the fact that you said classless, she said that threw her for a loop when he said that. But Braden never said that.
No. And there's no video proof of it.
Yeah.
So the whole first couple segments, they are talking about Braden. Even John's talking about all this time, I was defending you until you came back and took time away from me and things like that. And I'm like, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. Y'all was losing in this game show to Braden. And if Braden didn't eliminate himself, he probably would have been on the final 3.
Probably.
Maybe. But continue.
Then we got into a little bit about how the guys posted their headshots online saying FP. And apparently they were saying F Peter, one of the guys there. And none of them were feeling Peter. It was an inside joke. Peter was saying it really hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
I think Aaron S., the firefighter, he basically called Peter out for BS and saying, like, you were talking about getting endorsements and trying to figure out a way to put yourself on, and it didn't seem like you were genuine. So pretty much, yeah, F you, Peter.
Yeah. Obviously, it was some inside jokes, some type of bullying and things like that.
I didn't even remember Peter.
Truth be told, me neither.
Yeah.
As soon as I said, why y'all bullying Peter? You get what I'm saying? I guess they felt like, a lot of guys felt like that some guys wasn't there for love. They was there to basically boost their resume.
Yeah.
Basically, as Peter was accused of endorsing.
Creating T-shirts.
Exactly.
But he said he didn't make them, but I wouldn't doubt if he did make some.
Make them.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Like y'all on this show, Judah said it's rings and flings. Basically, y'all know at the end of this, none of y'all plan on proposing. Y'all trying to get y'all profile up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
get something out of it.
Get something out of it.
You didn't get charity.
You didn't. But respect to Xavier, he was the only one that basically like apologized and basically was like, he didn't deny it. He said, I was wrong. I apologize for that. Yeah. And yeah, man, like it just weird just hearing these guys experience on the Bachelorette. I'm trying to hear like some type of like some behind the scenes type of like real intel, but all I get is jealousy and bullying.
Right.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, Jesse, he calls Brayden up for the first sit down of the night.
Hey, come on up, Brayden.
And he asked if Charity reached out to him, and Brayden said, nope, she never reached out to me. Jesse said, not surprised. Well, Brayden had reservations about getting married at the end of this whole thing.
Okay.
And he left when he realized he couldn't do it, and he wanted her to know it was the experience and not her. And that's why he came back, because he really wanted to make it clear to her that, look, it's not you. I still feel like I have a connection with you. It's just, I cannot see myself marrying someone after the end of all this craziness. Like, this is unreal. And the guys jumped in a little bit to ask Brayden, well, you came back, you took time away from us, and Brayden made it clear, honestly, I didn't really care about taking away y'all's time. I was focused on the person I had a connection with and making sure that we ended things on a good foot instead of how I felt like it was ended before. And the night that everything went down with him coming back and the guys falling on the bus, he said he was willing to fight. Some of the other guys said they were willing to fight too. Yeah. And wrapping that up, Brayden gives Jesse some clip-on earrings. Jesse rocks them during the duration of their talk, and that was a nice little segment. Brayden, he actually got a chance to go to Bachelor in Paradise, so we're going to get to see him connecting with some other people on that show.
That's what happens when you're the star.
You get more opportunities.
No, it's not even opportunity. Brayden took the opportunity. He didn't get it. He took it. Because ABC was like, he's a star. So we gonna put him on another show. We gonna put him on another platform so he can get us more ratings. We gonna use this cash cow. So in my opinion, I think Sean was jealous of Brayden. I think a lot of guys was jealous of Brayden for the simple fact of he was the one that was getting opportunities. I don't even think their jealousy came from Charity.
No.
I don't even think the foundation of their jealousy came from, you took time away from us. Yes, they may be thinking on the surface, oh, Charity time, but they talking about camera time. Time that they could put into a little resume, put a little and send it out.
Put a reel out.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden you was on the challenge on ABC, and all of a sudden like you on these other shows because listen here, we don't know who Peter is, we don't know who John is, and Sean, we gonna forget who you are, right? a lot of these guys are forgettable.
Sean be trying to make us know him, though.
Listen,
Sean will step out.
He would
and command attention.
And guess what? We don't care.
Right?
Like
we care more about Brayden.
We don't care. We don't care about Xavier. We don't care about Adrian. We don't care about Aaron S. We don't care about John. Warwick didn't even show up.
I know.
Like we just don't care. Okay, we care about one guy and basically Charity's decision. Other than that, everybody else, y'all was just pawns in this game to get Brayden his own show.
Right. And honestly, I didn't feel that Brayden was that much of an a-hole as they were trying to make him be. I felt like he was honest about his feelings. He was honest with her. I do think where he went wrong, which he ended up apologizing for, is just constantly running his mouth about how difficult things were and confiding in the guys. You don't know these guys.
Yeah.
And also complaining to them when you had the most amount of time does rub people the wrong way. Like, I would love to have, they were saying they would love to have the experience that you got to have with Charity, but every time you come back, you'd be complaining. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's move on because this was very interesting but what's coming up next.
Yeah, moving on, Xavier is the next one welcomed on the stage. And we get to see just a clip of the final date that he had with Charity when he was eliminated.
Yeah.
So Xavier explains himself by saying he stuck his foot in his mouth, and Jesse was saying, well, why would you tell her you love her when you were going to the car? And he was saying that I just wanted her to know how I felt at the end of the day because I didn't get a chance to get it out. He explained that his fear was of love not being reciprocated was just taking over him.
Okay.
He expected her to say that she was falling in love too or something along those lines when it was hometowns, but she never reciprocated any of those love feelings to him. He's expressing that it was difficult for him to move on. He got really emotional. He said he went to a therapist and he is really nervous to see her tonight when she comes out.
Xavier, stop the lies, brother. I defended you last episode where Blair said that it kind of looked like you was morphing into a monster or something like that. You started looking different.
Front of our eyes.
And guess what? Shanice said the same thing. Shanice, XO26 says, I agree with Wifey. Xavier turned into a whole different person when she started questioning him. I don't think he expected her to pry, but when she did, he started to look annoyed. He pissed me the F off. Xavier, I think you are not honest about how you really came into this whole game or dating show thing. You knew how you felt about being loved, being received, and things of that nature. But yet, it just felt like there's a difference between honesty and like literally self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
It just felt like...
How'd you expect her to respond?
I felt like during this date, I'm just not going to be honest, but I'm going to tell you all the bad parts about me. And like, when you ask me, well, do you think you changed? Or do you think you can be better? Or do you think you learned from your past? And you like, I hope.
We gonna see. It's gonna be hard. We gonna see.
And
what?
And that doesn't instill hope. Like what do you want back from somebody when you give them yes, like I'm gonna go on a guy trip and I hope I can like stay to myself, but you know, guys trips. It's like exactly. So I can understand why Blair would be mad at you. I can understand why Shanice would be mad at you because it just seemed like it came out of nowhere, and it was during basically the step before going into the fantasy land or whatever it's called,
fantasy suites, where you get to spend the night.
You spend the night, and it seemed like you did everything in your power to not spend the night with Charity.
Right, and
then when she's about to put you on the bus, you say, I love you. See, that's a gaslighter right there.
That's trying to be a manipulator, but he couldn't do it.
And now he has to face Charity for the first time since all of this happened. What happened when Charity came out, Blair?
So Charity, the first thing they get into is the situation with Xavier. And Charity was saying that she was totally caught off guard by that night of her turning off. No. They initially start off with talking about Brayden.
Oh yeah, the star. I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot.
They don't jump right to Xavier.
Xavier
they came for the reason we all came.
Xavier had a whole segment. They said, "Okay, we gonna get back to you
exactly,
but we gonna go to Brayden real quick." Okay,
right. Mm-hmm. So Charity was totally caught off guard. The comment of Brayden saying that she needed to turn off the Bachelorette and turn on being herself because she felt like she was being authentically, truly herself the whole time. And she wasn't putting on for anybody.
That's what she said.
Right. And she felt like she gave him too much grace. Brayden apologized for talking too much to the guys about his concerns, his doubts, and just running around with all this negativity.
Now, question. When you see Charity in this environment, how does she seem to you? Like, she seemed kind of shy and kind of somber to me for some reason. Like, yeah. Like, she seemed like her light was a little dim compared to seeing her these past seasons.
These episodes, yeah.
I mean, these past episodes, rather.
Yeah, I don't know. I always felt like Charity was probably more of a quieter, introvert, kind of meeker type of person.
Being forced to be outgoing?
Forced to, speak more and connect and rally the guys and all this type of stuff. To me, it never came across that was really where her comfort level was.
Yeah.
Because even in moments like where she had to have hard conversations.
She looked down,
yeah,
right?
She always was looking down. She wasn't, to me, seemed extremely confident in what she was saying. She would cry and say, I really don't want to say this. I really don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, to me, how she was acting here was probably a closer portrayal of who I think that she probably is, which is not as commanding. Yeah, is not as commanding of a person as she had to be on The Bachelorette.
Yeah,
I think she stepped out of herself to be The Bachelorette.
I think I was watching her interaction with Brayden, and she, at certain points, she couldn't look him in the eye.
Yeah.
I don't know what to read from that. I don't know if she like him, you know what I mean, or she just came off as very shy, like as if like this whole sit down with a crowd full of people, Jesse and her in the middle of all of this, and seeing all the guys who were on the show right there in front of her.
Like, it was probably overwhelming.
It was like
to her.
nervous. It's like,
but I felt like even throughout the show, she seems very like thrown off by small, like we've seen, events, conversations, comments anyone could say would completely throw her off and in the night. So she comes across to me as kind of like an anxious, shy individual.
And guess what? Brayden apologized.
Yeah.
He apologized, but guess what? Somebody else ain't gonna be the only one that's gonna apologize. Somebody wanna apologize and apologize better. Not only do they want
bigger.
Not only do they want to apologize better and bigger, I'm gonna get up out my seat and we gonna have a heart to heart right here and there. Who was that guy?
Sean.
Okay.
Sean said, "I'm gonna take my time."
Yes.
So he says, "Can I come up to the stage?" And then he just get to walking.
He just didn't wait for an answer.
And Charity is like, "Oh, is he coming? He's coming up here."
Yeah.
So Sean goes up to the stage and he thanks her for showing grace in class to all the men, and he says that she has made all the men better men.
Sean.
Thank you, Sean. And that's what she said. Thank you. Okay, you can go back to your seat now.
Sean, we already got our star.
Yes.
Okay. We already catch Brayden.
Right.
That's it, okay?
Right. Sean trying to get on Paradise or be the next Bachelor or something.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. What else happened?
Tanner thanks her for the experience.
Tanner, we going to forget you.
Yeah. He didn't really have any questions.
Yeah.
He felt that when they were in New Orleans, they gave it their all, and it just didn't work out. And he was fine with that.
Of course.
John was actually surprised by his departure when he left in Washington, and he wanted to know why he left. He didn't understand why. And she said, "Oh, that's always so hard to answer."
It is. Because number one, it's a dumb question.
And then I got to be honest, I just didn't like you like that. But she says, "It's I don't want you to feel like you did anything wrong.
It's not you, it's me.
Or it had to do anything with you. It's just what I was looking for at the time." And that's another thing with Charity, which I honestly I did think Charity was a good choice for The Bachelorette. I felt like she was very GPG and
Very ABC.
Right, just very clean cut, and good. But I felt like she can get a little bit more honest, a little bit more raw. It doesn't have to be crazy.
What does she supposed to tell John? I don't like you, boy.
Well, she could have at least gone into what she was looking for. You know,
it's not John.
Yeah.
And truth be told, between me, you, Judith, Shanice, Ray's, everybody who's commenting, none of us saw the connection that only John felt that way.
Yeah, sure.
I don't even know why John even put himself out there to be like, oh yeah, so I felt like.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Charity can be very vague, and I felt like that was a very vague answer.
You deserve a vague answer because you're John.
Yeah.
Like this is not Brayden we're talking about. She went into detail what she didn't like or whatever. This is not Aaron. This is not Dalton. This is not Joey.
Yeah, John. She was just like
John. You was on the show. Okay. Oh, it's not you. It's me. Okay, Jesse, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever connection you thought you had, I don't even think he got a rose. Did he ever get a rose?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he was there.
No, I mean like a rose from like a one-on-one date. Like maybe one.
I think he did get one.
Maybe one, but you're not Brayden. You're not none of these other guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know why John felt that way. And truth be told, I do agree with you when, Charity can be vague a lot. But that's one instance where she deserved to be vague because, John, you don't deserve no answer. But this is what we really want to know, what's coming up.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with you, Xavier? You get to actually talk about whatever you was talking about with Jessie, the Charity in front of her face now.
Right. Well, Jessie asks Charity, what is it like seeing Xavier after the date that they had?
Yeah.
It's their first time seeing each other since then.
Yeah.
Charity says it's hard seeing him because she felt like he should have said something sooner. She doesn't think he had any intention of proposing to her or really even was falling in love with her the way that he said.
That's facts.
She was saying if she would have known sooner about how he felt and where he was at as far as his readiness for marriage, she wouldn't have taken him as far as she did.
That's facts.
And I feel like Xavier knows that too. That's why he waited.
He was like, wait. I got to get off this bus because we only got one more episode after this.
Right.
I'm a cheater. And then he just self-sabotaged it completely. You're right.
Right. So then Xavier comes to
the hot seat. Comes
on the hot seat on the stage with Charity. And Xavier comes out saying he denounces cheating. And there was no doubt in his mind that he was ready to be with her. Or maybe no doubt in his heart, because his mind and his heart wasn't aligned.
Yeah, because
so there was no doubt in his heart he was ready. Well, which he's saying the same thing.
You said that at Fiji.
Exactly. You ain't saying nothing new. So he says that he can be faithful and just that his head and his heart weren't aligned. We've heard this already. Thank you.
Why are you giving us the hits?
Exactly.
I heard the song.
Exactly.
Overseas. In Fiji. So Xavier, he was doing his best Denzel Washington glory reel of trying to get a tear to fall. He was trying his best to get one glory tear to fall from that eye. And he even cracked his voice. He even made his voice go soft, but no tear can fall out his eye.
Face dry.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro.
And I'm like, is he a bad communicator or is he just awful? I don't know.
I don't think he's a bad communicator. I think what you said just a couple minutes ago about how like he didn't have no intentions of proposing. I think that's the majority of the guys there.
Yeah. And
when you get called out for that, you have to find some type of like detour of like
no
what
way.
Me like I think a lot of guys on that show was like, oh, it's fun to date you, but you telling me at the end of the show I have to propose? He's talking about he went to therapy. He had a therapist. He even says something across the lines of, even today, when I think about it, it brings me to tears.
Yeah.
Bro. Stop.
But no tears.
No, just stop.
Right.
Just stop.
Right. So we continue on in their conversation. She says, you would say you wouldn't cheat if you loved me, but you didn't say that. You said that instead of you not cheating on me, you don't know, you can't be too sure.
You left it up to chance.
And that's something that you would stand firm on if that's how you really felt.
Yeah.
The timing of when he said "I love you," she said, is not going to change the situation.
Yeah.
I don't know what you thought was going to happen by you saying that to me at the car, but the deal was done. It felt like a last Hail Mary, and I wasn't going to be changing my mind after that. Yeah. She told Xavier what she liked about him. She never said the "I love yous" or "I'm falling in love with you," and she even asked him, what kind of reassurance do you need? Do you need me to say I love you? And he said, no, it's not that. I just need you to tell me the things you like about me. And she said, I've been doing that. So what is it?
What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah. Ugh.
You ain't gotta sound disgusted, you know what I mean?
He just reiterated he allowed the fear to consume him instead of focusing on the positive parts of their relationship. He's upset his words didn't reflect the faithful man that he wants to become. Again, you're not saying you're this faithful person. So to me, okay, let me finish out what he said.
Okay, go ahead.
He gets emotional about their breakup. Kind of. He walks away. He comes back with a knitted rose.
Whoa, wait. Don't be anticlimactic with the rose and things like that.
Throw it away, Charity. It don't mean nothing.
He.
You are the Bachelorette. He ain't got no authority to give out roses.
Okay, he basically said, I got one thing for you. He gets up and she's looking around, and then the producers told the audience to whisper to each other. Whisper. What do you got? And then he comes out with this rose. If I was Charlie, I would view that as an insult.
Yeah.
Stop knitting things for me, man. Okay. like what's going on with you?
Exactly.
No, you made your decision. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to cry about it. You don't even have to go to therapy about it. You made your decision. And Xavier have this problem to where he takes 10 minutes to say a 30-second thing that can be said in 100 words or less.
Yeah.
He just goes on a long. He goes on a
saying the same thing he said.
Saying the same thing that means nothing, and it just leads to basically where you started from the beginning. I'm not gonna propose to you.
Right. Yeah, and saying that you don't know if you can be faithful.
Now listen here.
So if you're sitting over here talking about, oh, I want to be honest, and I want you to know really where I'm coming from. So then why are you crying? If you're honestly a cheater and you're not going to propose to her, then what's tripping you out? She's saying, well, then I can't rock with that, and then you should be cool with that.
I don't even want to put him in that category of if he's a cheater, he's a cheater, right?
He can't even say he can be faithful.
Or put like this: if he cheated, cool. All of it is timing, right? Him being a cheater, him saying that he's a cheater, or rather, him saying that he cheated before. The difference is saying it before the finale and saying it leading up before feelings get deeper.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
And actually envisioning yourself sharing a life with this person, sharing a bed overnight with this person.
That's why it's felt self-sabotagey. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all that's watching the show. We did not watch the reunion of the alumni. No. We did not watch the behind the scenes and things of that nature. No. So we watched the next major thing, the Golden Bachelor.
Gary.
Now listen to me before Blair goes over our thoughts on the Golden Bachelor. We need comments on if y'all want us to watch this. Don't leave the decision to me. Don't leave the decision to me. If y'all feel like we did a good job on this show, as someone who haven't watched any season of The Bachelorette, The Golden Bachelor is a show that nobody's seen.
Yeah, the first of its kind.
So if y'all want us to review this, don't leave the decision to me, because I think y'all know how I feel about the Bachelor franchise. But please, introduce us to Gary, Blair.
All right. So Gary, the Golden Bachelor. We learned that Gary's wife passed away.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, they were together for quite a while.
Yeah.
And she had a bacterial infection. He took her to the ER. Not even 14 days later, she passed away.
Took her in on the 7th. I know that because...
And she was dead on the 15th.
15th, yep.
Yeah, tragic. And it has been 6 years since she's passed, and he is looking for his person.
Yeah.
And he acknowledges that, look, I don't expect it to be the same way as me and my wife, the lady I met when I was young, and we had our children together. But I think I can find a good love.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The trailer or like the video thing they put together really made you really like.
It made me interested because
it make you like him in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wasn't interested.
No.
I wasn't interested. I was like, Gary, cool, do your thing, but I'm interested in the Bachelorette. I want to see the ladies do the picking and choosing. Okay. I don't really care about what Gary got going on. But when I learned about his history and we got to see his daughters, and he talked about his daughters and granddaughters really kept him, pushing and positive through the process and really are encouraging him. They even did a little thing in the kitchen to where they gave him a rose so he could hand out the rose to a lady, and he said Eunice. Okay. So that makes me hopeful. Okay, hopefully there's some older women on the Golden Bachelor. That would be nice to see. So he was telling them he passed the STD test and the drug test, so he's ready to go.
Okay. Now, we don't have to go through the whole sit down between him and Jesse and the guys, you know how.
But it was a nice exchange.
Yeah, the exchange of like, you know what, guys, I look up to you, and they like, oh, we look up to you, and all that stuff. Let's talk about for the last 2 minutes of the show of what we think that we are going to see if we do review the show with the Golden Bachelor. What I really don't know what to expect, but I hope and pray, right, that as nice of a guy Gary's shown himself to be, I hope this show don't corrupt you and like you become like a mean guy. You get what I'm saying? Because you have multiple people that want your love, and now all of a sudden you're lying to one to save your relationship with somebody else. I hope we don't really get to see like
Gary turn into a player.
Gary turn into
player from the Himalayas. Gary.
You know what I mean? I hope he keep his morals and his morals and
stays true to
himself. But I am very interested in seeing the type of women, because I think the age range is from like 60 to like 75. I think
he's 71.
Yeah, so like I'm very interested in seeing what type of women is going to try to get Gary's attention. What are you looking forward to?
Just by you saying that, I'm interested to see when they get out the limo, what kind of gifts are they going to give Gary?
Oh my goodness. They gonna be
like, what kind of gifts do you give somebody?
Some oxygen tanks.
Dentures, no.
It's going to be some church mints. You know what I mean? It's going to be some old gifts. You know what I mean?
So I'm really interested to see with the different demographic, what gifts are they going to give him? How are they going to try to catch his attention? What kind of conversations are they going to have? I still feel like it's going to be family oriented because he seems like a very family oriented guy. So I'm interested to see that. Also, I want to know, I have hope with it being an older bachelor that will get a little bit more depth in conversations. Okay. A little bit stronger connections that we can actually see. And of course, I don't know if it was Judith, but somebody, I think it was Judith, who told us, y'all got to know there's editing. Okay. Yeah. And they cut the things down, and we are aware, my friend. But I hope that there is enough substance to where they can edit it down, but still capture the essence of it. Because I felt like we didn't get much of that with the Bachelorette.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't be tugging each other down as much as the Bachelorette was kissing everybody. You think he gonna be tonguing people down on every date and stuff like that?
I mean, shoot, he can do what he wants.
He old, so
he can do what he wants. But I'm most excited about seeing genuine connections form and actually feeling it through the screen and getting excited for that. Yeah.
Anything else you want to share on the show so far? We are at one last episode before we actually close out this series of this season. Who do you think is going to win Charity's heart?
It's hard to say. I'll tell you who I want to win. I want Dotun to win. I feel like he's the most genuine and they have the strongest connection. Okay. But Charity, she really likes Joey. I honestly feel like she likes him because he's cute, because I don't really see much of what else. I mean, he seems nice. But Dotun, I I feel like I know him through the screen, so you can only imagine how well she got to know him there. Joey, I don't feel like I've gotten to know him that well.
Listen to me. I'm going to say it again for the last time before we review one last episode. If Joey wins this game dating show, the episode that y'all are going to get is going to be one of a kind. Okay, I'm just preparing you for it. Prepare to subscribe, prepare to unsubscribe, because if Joey wins, just know the episode that y'all gonna get is gonna be one of a kind.
I might have to wear earplugs.
It's not. I'm laughing. I won't even need a mic stand. I'll be like, you know what? This is how I feel about Bachelor Nation. I'm gonna do the whole episode without a mic stand if Joey wins. And I'm
gonna be sitting on the side watching with y'all.
Yes. Okay. Blair won't even get to talk. Okay. Y'all be good. Okay.
Bye.